All right, everyone, get ready, because today we're going deep into quantum convolutional neural networks.
QCNNs.
Yeah, QCNNs.
Right.
And this is all thanks to an essay by Yorgo Shenpat. And I know that anytime someone says quantum anything, it can sound kind of scary.
Yeah.
But this is really cool stuff.
Oh, it is. It is.
This is like AI, but with quantum added in. It's like we're giving our computers superpowers.
Yeah, it's really remarkable, I think, that we're bridging two worlds here.
Okay.
We have the world of quantum mechanics, the subatomic realm, and we're bridging that with artificial intelligence.
Right. Two things that you wouldn't think would go together.
Exactly.
So, okay, let's back up for a second, because we all know that computers use bits, those zeros and ones, to process information.
Right.
But what makes a quantum computer so different, and what are these qubits that everyone keeps talking about?
Well, imagine a coin,
Okay.
and a regular bit is like that coin. It can be heads or tails, 0 or 1.
Mm-hmm.
But a qubit is like that coin spinning in the air. It's both heads and tails simultaneously until you force it to land and choose a side.
Wow.
And that spinning state is called superposition.
Yeah.
And it's one of the keys to what makes quantum computing so powerful.
So it's not limited to just that single value, that 0 or 1.
Right.
It can explore all these possibilities at the same time.
At the same time.
That's incredible.
Right.
But how does that translate into actual computing power? What can they do that our computers can't?
Okay, well, think of a maze.
Right.
A classical computer would have to try each path one at a time until it found the exit.
Right.
But a quantum computer, thanks to superposition, could essentially explore all the paths at the same time.
Oh, wow.
And so it finds the solution much faster. And that's just one example.
Okay.
QCNNs can deal with levels of complexity that would make a classical computer just stop.
Now, we've all heard about convolutional neural networks, CNNs.
Right.
And they're doing really amazing things like facial recognition and image analysis. So how do QCNNs build on that?
Well, you can think of CNNs as experts in pattern recognition.
Okay.
They analyze data in layers, they pull out features, and they learn to identify patterns.
Right.
But datasets are becoming larger and more complex, and even CNNs struggle to keep up.
Yeah.
QCNNs can handle those huge datasets efficiently.
Right.
It's like going from a magnifying glass to a high-powered microscope.
I like that analogy.
And you can suddenly see details that were previously invisible.
So we're essentially taking the pattern recognition of CNNs and we're adding that quantum power to it.
Exactly.
How does that actually work? What's going on inside these QCNNs?
Well, the key ingredients are quantum convolution and quantum pooling.
Okay.
Quantum convolution uses those quantum operations to extract features from the data, just like classical convolution, but with that added benefit of quantum parallelism. It's like analyzing thousands of images simultaneously.
All at the same time.
All at the same time.
Wow.
And then quantum cooling helps reduce the data size while keeping those crucial features.
Okay, so that's where my brain starts to melt a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm with you.
Okay.
So we're taking this structure of CNNs and we're adding in the quantum, we're giving it those quantum steroids.
Yeah.
So what are the big advantages? Why should we be excited about QCNNs?
One word, efficiency.
Okay.
QCNNs can handle high-dimensional data that would bring a classical computer to a halt.
Right.
Like, for example, quantum chemistry.
Yeah.
To design new materials or to understand how molecules interact, you need to analyze massive amounts of data.
Yeah.
Describing the behavior of so many atoms.
Right.
QCNNs can potentially do these calculations much, much faster.
Wow.
Leading to breakthroughs in fields like medicine and energy.
That's huge. So QCNNs could be the key to unlocking new materials with crazy properties.
Right.
Or designing drugs with just pinpoint accuracy.
Exactly. That's the idea.
That's incredible. We've talked about quantum chemistry, but I'm curious about how these QCNNs could be used in other fields like finance.
Right.
There's so much data involved in making financial predictions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Could QCNNs make those forecasts even more accurate?
Yeah, I mean, financial markets are so unpredictable.
Yeah.
They're influenced by so many different things that are hard to model. But imagine a QCNN that could analyze tons of historical market data, economic indicators, and even like what people are saying on social media.
Wow.
It could see patterns and make connections that humans just can't.
So it could lead to better predictions.
Exactly.
That would be huge for investors. But I also see some potential problems there. Like,
yeah.
What if only a small group of people have access to this kind of power?
Right.
It brings up some ethical questions about who benefits and who gets left out.
Yeah, that's an important point.
Absolutely.
With any new technology, we need to think about how it affects everyone. and make sure it's being developed responsibly.
For sure. Speaking of development, let's talk about some of the challenges.
Okay.
Facing QCNN research, building a quantum computer is hard enough.
Yeah.
But then you have to create algorithms for them to run on. That just sounds insanely complicated.
Yeah, it's not easy.
So we're still figuring all of this out.
We are.
But while we wait for these super powerful quantum computers of the future,
right,
are there ways to make QCNNs more practical now?
Well, one way is to create hybrid algorithms.
Okay.
That combine the best of classical computing with quantum computing.
Okay, so they work together.
Exactly, like a team.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah, the classical computers can do the initial processing.
Right.
And then the QCNN can come in and handle those super complex calculations.
So finding that balance is key.
Yeah, it's about figuring out how to use both effectively.
But even with these hybrid approaches, I imagine there are still some roadblocks.
Of course.
What are some of the biggest challenges right now?
Well, one of the big ones is scalability.
Okay.
Today's quantum computers only have a limited number of qubits.
Right.
Which limits how complicated a problem they can solve.
So we need bigger quantum computers.
Yeah, to really unlock the potential of QCNNs.
That makes sense. It's like we have this amazing engine.
Yes.
But the fuel tank is too small.
Exactly.
What about the algorithms themselves?
Right.
What are researchers focused on when they're developing those?
Well, one area of focus is on what we call quantum-inspired algorithms.
Okay.
These algorithms don't need a quantum computer to run.
Interesting.
But they're based on ideas from quantum mechanics to help solve difficult optimization problems.
And are they working?
Yeah, they're showing a lot of promise in areas like logistics and finance.
So even without those full-blown quantum computers,
right,
we can still learn from quantum mechanics to improve things.
Absolutely.
What other advancements are coming up that you're excited about?
I'm really excited about the development of quantum software platforms.
What are those?
These platforms make it easier for people to work with quantum computers.
Okay.
And develop those QCNN models.
So it makes it more user-friendly.
Exactly.
That's awesome. It opens up the technology to more people.
Right. That's the goal.
Are there other efforts to overcome the challenges we've talked about?
Definitely. Another important area is building more robust quantum computers.
Okay.
Qubits are really sensitive and prone to errors.
Right.
Which can mess up the whole calculation.
Wow.
So building quantum computers that can handle those errors and keep running is really important for getting QCNNs to be more widely used.
It sounds like a lot of work is happening on both the hardware and software sides.
There is. It's a very active field of research.
We've talked a lot about the challenges, but let's get back to those potential applications.
Okay.
We've talked about finance and quantum chemistry.
Right.
What other fields could be changed by QCNNs?
I think the possibilities are almost endless.
Wow.
Imagine QCNNs being used to create personalized medicine based on someone's DNA.
Wow.
Or to develop materials that are way stronger than anything we have now.
That would be amazing.
They could even be used to analyze climate data to help us understand and deal with climate change.
It sounds like QCNNs have the potential to solve some really big problems.
They do. We're just scratching the surface of what's possible.
It's pretty amazing to think that we could solve some of the world's biggest problems with this technology.
It is.
But like we said, QCNNs are still pretty new.
Yeah, they are.
So why should our listeners care about this? Why is this important?
Because QCNNs change how we think about problem solving.
Okay.
We're not stuck with classical computing anymore. We can use quantum mechanics to tackle those challenges that seemed impossible before.
Right, like we talked about.
Exactly. Whether it's designing new medicines or finding new energy sources or even understanding the universe.
Yeah.
QCNNs have the power to really change things.
It's like we're opening up a whole new world of possibilities.
Yeah.
It's exciting and a little scary all at the same time.
I agree.
What can our listeners do to learn more about this? It seems like it's changing so fast.
Just stay curious. Read articles, look online, and don't be afraid to dive into the technical details.
Even if you don't know much about quantum physics.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There are lots of resources out there that explain these ideas in a way that anyone can understand.
That's good to know.
And you never know, you might be the one to make the next big discovery in this field.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah.
Sometimes those complicated ideas can be broken down.
Yeah.
If you're willing to put in the work. And it seems like the payoff could be huge.
It could be. You could learn a lot.
Right.
And maybe even contribute to something that really makes a difference.
Absolutely.
QCNNs aren't just about technology.
Right.
They're about human curiosity and what we can do when we work together.
That's a great way to put it.
We can find solutions to some of the biggest problems facing our planet.
Well said. A big thank you to Jorgo Schneppat for his essay that got us thinking about QCNNs.
Yeah, it was a great read.
And to all of you for joining us today.
Thanks for listening.
Remember, the future is full of possibilities. And with QCNNs on the horizon, it's an exciting time to be alive. So keep exploring, keep learning, and who knows what amazing discoveries are waiting for us.